Welcome, you extraness. We are here to spice up your life. We do everything twice as nice, twice as extra. So hit, smack, or click that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that damn bell. Hi guys, it's me here, Blia. Thank you so much for joining our channel today. I'm so glad that you guys are here to see how I do my full face makeup and just talk about self-care. I know right now there's so much things going on in the world, or let's just say in the USA, and it's a little hard to stay away from the negativity. So go ahead and stay tuned so that you guys can get ready with me and learn how to do a little self-care. Thanks. Bye. All right, so I'm hoping that everybody is at least feeling 50% of their self. I know lately I have not been feeling myself lately, and what I mean by that is I don't feel as motivated to do the things that I really enjoyed before. And so I wanted to take a step back, and I kind of wanted to stay away from all of that negativity that's really going on right now. Not that I don't support anything, I just feel that in order for me to stay sane, I kind of need to deter myself away or move myself away from that environment. Well, anyways, let's go on to how I get ready. So the first step I always do before putting on my makeup is I use my Loreal Hydrafresh toner. If you are oily like me and acne prone, I definitely recommend this toner. It is alcohol free and it is very fresh on your skin. It doesn't leave it dry, and I want to say it leaves my skin very clean. Today I feel a little bit exhausted, so I'm going to actually use my, I believe it's Shvyog Vital Eyes. It's super cute. It's like a little kitty. And then it comes with this little spoon. And I love how it looks. It looks like this. And you can just use a spoon to grab one of the little eye masks. And so everyone kind of wears it differently, but the little kitty, she wears it like this. All right, so it's good for 15 to 20 minutes, but I mean, who's counting? Alrighty, so now that I have my under eye mask on, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with a little bit of my moisturizer. So what I'm using today is the Olehenrickson Truth Serum. I just got this the other week. I unboxed it with you guys, and so I'm gonna tell you guys, I have been loving it. It smells amazing. I think that's what really gets me. It just smells so good, and it feels really good on your skin. It's kind of just like it smells like oranges. Vitamin C, baby. So you always want to prep your skin, get it ready for the makeup. All right, now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Olehenrickson Transformation Sheer Transformation. So it's like a little cute one here. I got the mini size just to try out, and you know what? I'm absolutely loving it. So you guys are probably like, hey, you know what? You have the eye patches on. What about that? You know, is that under eye gonna get any moisturizer? Don't worry about it. When I take it off, I'll put some on there. And so after the moisturizer, I definitely still put sunblock on my face as well as my neck. You don't want to forget your neck, it's very important. So just grab any, you know, sunblock that you like. My favorite one is the Hawaiian Tropic SPF 50. It smells amazing. It is very light, meaning that you don't have to rub it too much in the skin. All right. But yeah, you know, tell me about how you guys are dealing with everything that's going on in the world right now. For me, what I've been doing is I've been stepping back away from social media. I do post here and there, but I try not to get into the trend or get into everybody's, you know, thoughts and what everybody is feeling. And so the first thing I've been doing is I've been, you know, just talking with my husband. I mean, we do talk about the situation, we do talk about what's going on, but then we also just you know, try to talk about, you know, how our day at work went, or really talk about you know, what we can do for our future. Another thing is getting ready and just making me feel better, you know, look better. When you look better, you feel better. Take care of yourself. So what I like to do is, you know, after a long day at work or either just a long day out, I really like to just take time to myself and really take off my makeup and do a little self-care. And so what I do by that is, you know, I do my little makeup remover routine, and then I love using face mask just to really clean my skin, give it some extra vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin whatever. And what I just use on my eyebrow right now is the MORPHE eyelid primer. I'm gonna let that sit in for a little bit. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows. The eyebrow pencil that I'm using is the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. And so what I like to do first is definitely what you wanna do is comb your eyebrows. Oh my God, I didn't even take the thing off. I have like no eyebrows, guys. All right, so let's move on with the eyebrows. What I like to do on my own time is I love to bake. It really helps me remind myself of my hobbies, remind myself that I am an individual, and you know, that is something that really brings me joy. If you guys don't know, I love baking macaroons. They're so difficult to bake, but I still enjoy them. Even if I get cracked ones, it does break my heart a little bit, but you know, practice makes perfect. And so once I started baking, I realized how relaxing it is. And then and I just always love like the outcome of it. One thing I don't like doing after baking though is cleaning up. Oh, it's so difficult because, you know, you have all these measuring bowls and then all these measuring tools, and then you have the baking pans, and it's a mess. But I'm just so thankful for my husband. He's so sweet, and he'll always help me clean up, or he does do the cleanup for me. Okay, one of these days I'll get it right. All right, now I'm gonna shade it in. I have to concentrate, okay, guys? It's coming along, coming along. But tell me about what you guys really miss, you know, because we've been quarantined and now we're on curfew. Like, tell me what you guys miss. What do you guys miss doing? Let's get our concealer. And I will list all of the products that I use down below. So if I don't mention them right now, don't worry about it. They'll be down there, just in case you guys are interested in purchasing it. So now I'm just taking my concealer and I'm just shaping my eyebrows because they look hella wild right now. So we'll get that fixed. All right, they still look a little crazy today. I don't know, I'm about to fight these eyebrows. This is why I need to get them microbladed and ombre. This takes the longest out of my routine. And I don't know what it is today, but it just doesn't want to work. Okay guys, so I'm super over my eyebrows. They're just not cooperating with me today. But anyways, I'm gonna move on with my life. And so I'm also gonna move on with the topic. You know, let's talk about, you know, who am I? I mean, where do I live? Where am I from? And so you guys can get to know me a little bit. And you know, you guys are more than welcome to always ask questions below so you guys can know me more. So I'm putting primer on my eyelids before I do my eyeshadow look. So you're going to want to get a fluffy brush like so, and you're going to want to start with a translucent color. So what I mean by that is going to be your base color, and just put it all over your eyelid like so. But anyways, my full name is Blia Learn. I am Hmong. My parents are from Laos. They've been living here for more than well, not more, I guess you can say 30 years, because I am 30 years old. Crazy fact, I was made in Laos. So what I mean by that was, you know, I was conceived in Laos. And so what my mom said was that if they would have waited any longer, I too would have been a legal permanent resident for the United States. But fortunately, I was born here in Fresno, California, in the year 1989, and that made me a citizen. And another fun fact is, I wouldn't say fun, but another crazy fact was, so I did not know for my whole like 30 years of my life, I did not know that I was born at home. And so my best friend, she had a destination wedding, which was in Thailand. And so I had to get my passport, but I didn't have a birth certificate. I had my hospital birth certificate, so I assumed that I was born in, you know, Fresno hospital. However, when I finally ordered my original birth certificate from I guess their office or whatever, the vital statistic office, I was reading it, and the address was my parents' first home address in Fresno, and then it said doctor delivered. It had my dad's name on it, and I was like, what? And so I asked my mom when I went to visit her. I was like, hey mom, I noticed on my birth certificate that it said a home address, and it said dad was the one that delivered me. And she starts laughing, and she's like, oh, that is probably why all these years I've never, you know, got your original birth certificate. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So then she goes and, you know, says, you were actually born at home because we didn't know that we had to take you, you know, to the hospital. Yeah, and I called your aunt, and your aunt's like, oh my gosh, take her to the hospital, you know, make sure that to make sure that she's okay. She needs to get registered, you know, she needs her social. Until this day, I'm like, thank you, aunt. You are why, you know, I was safe. I mean, not just to my aunt, but of course my mom and my dad. But I mean, you know, she was the one that really, you know, empowered my parents to take me to the hospital, get me checked, get me clean, get me a birth certificate there, you know, to show that I was born here. And so it still blows my mind. But anyways, I come from a really big family. So I have a family of 8 siblings. What I mean by that is I am the middle child. And so before my mom, my dad had another wife previously, and then unfortunately she passed away, but she did leave behind my oldest sister. And so then my dad married my mom, and then my mom had all of us. And so I was the baby for the longest time. I was super spoiled, and my mom took me everywhere. And then my dad was like, hey, you know, we need more kids, you know, to help us with our future, all this and that, right? So then for 11 years, I was the baby, you know, did everything with my mom. I was such a mama's girl. And then out and behold came my little sister, Lisa. I mean, she's not the littlest one now, but, you know, there she was. And I was really, really excited, actually, because I feel like I have such like a mother instincts. I don't know. So I didn't mind like taking care of her, feeding her, bathing her. I mean, I was only like 11 years old at the time, going into 7th grade. And so I was just super excited. I was like, yay, you know, I have a little sister, you know, to boss around. And then of course, then I had a little brother, and I was like, what do we do with that? But I was just really happy. I'm so blessed that, you know, and I'm actually really thankful that my parents decided to have my siblings, because they're just out of control. They make my life just so fun. And anyways, moving on, I would say another fun fact about me is I was born in Fresno, but my family, we moved to a lot of places, but then we settled down in Sacramento. So I want to say I was basically raised in Sacramento and resided there for the longest time, in which they still do now. And then I went to Grant High School, and I graduated there. I would say that my high school years were kind of just like a blur. Like you remember some stuff and then you don't remember some stuff. I would say my college years were amazing. I mean, I met amazing people. I met amazing professors. I met it was just like you ain't got no time for drama. You know, you really go there and you study your ass off and you really put your time into it. But I'm really proud of myself, I would say. Like I told my husband before, I had a list of things when I was small, when I was younger. I wanted to accomplish things before I got married, and so it just meant a lot to me to know that these are things that I wanted to do, my goals, before I you know, left my parents' house or became a woman, or, you know, became what we call in the Hmong culture, like anya. And so I was just like, you know what, before I get married, like, I want my own bank account. You know, that might not seem like a big deal to you guys, but a lot of times in the Hmong culture, you know, the men do all of the stuff, and, you know, they control a lot of the stuff. But, you know, here I am trying to change the world. I'm like, hey, you know, growing up, I've seen things that I definitely did not want to experience as a nya or as a wife. And so I was like, you know what, gotta have my own bank account, definitely have my own job, and definitely have my own car, because it takes a lot to be independent. And I know that a lot of people might not agree with me on it, but, you know, I just feel like you want to bring to the table as much as what your future husband, or as much as what, you know, your partner will bring to the table. Because, you know, everybody hears of divorces, everybody hear of, you know, break up or split up, you know, and you want to make sure that you're holding your own, you know, level or your own ground down. So that was always my thought process. Anyways, I'm not talking to you guys about makeup anymore, huh? So I'm gonna move on to my next palette, Norvina. I'm gonna use the pink one there. Just kind of want to be pink today. But anyway, so that was my thought process when I was a little girl. I'm like, this is my goals, and these are what I want to achieve before I find my, you know, forever, you know, husband, before I settle down. And so I wrote a list of things like that. And then my number one thing, what I really wanted to do before I got married was, you know, to accomplish and achieve my bachelor degree. And so that there was definitely something that I'm very proud of. It was difficult. I would say my senior year was not a fun year. I went through a lot of things, and my father got sick. And it was scary. It was scary times. But, you know, what I did, kind of just tying into the whole self-care thing, is I really reminded myself what was important in my future, and I took care of myself. And every morning, you know, I would wake up and be thankful that I'm alive, and also be thankful that I still have the privilege to go to school, and also, you know, see my father. And so those were some dark times, I would say, in my life, but I'm so glad that it is behind me. But another thing that I would say, I would never have changed what had occurred. You know, it really, I would say it really shaped me into who I am today. It made me smarter. It made me appreciate things more. And so that was another thing that I wanted to accomplish before I, you know, settled down. And so when I got married, I was very young. I would say I was 23. A lot of people are like, oh, that's a perfect age, blah, blah, blah. But honestly, you're young. I want to say that, you know, you're a baby. And why I say that is because, you know, I had all these goals and I had all these visions for myself. And I'm like, oh, this is going to make me, you know, like a better person. Or this is going to make me know more. But honestly, I was still so young at heart. And I had so much learning to do and so much, you know, growing up to do. And so, but I would still, had never changed it for the world though. Because moving on to my face. And so my eyes, I'm just gonna kind of do this for now. And so I always do my eyeshadow first because there is fallouts and I hate that. And so I'm gonna use the e.l.f. matte Putty primer. I absolutely love this. I mean, this is only like $4, or I forgot, maybe like $6, and it holds onto my makeup and it makes it look amazing. I do have to blot throughout the day just because I am pretty oily, but it makes my skin feel so amazing. You know, what is something that you guys are super proud of, or what is something that, you know, you guys wanted to achieve before you guys had settled down, or, you know, really made that huge commitment, you know, to your partner. Now I'm gonna take my beauty blender, put on my Estee Lauder Double Wear. I absolutely love this thing. It is my holy grail now. I was introduced to it by my sister-in-law Amanda, and I absolutely love it. But anyways, let's move on to the funny story. So I actually met my husband at the club. I know that's hella crazy, but we had a mutual friend. It was his birthday, and my mutual friend, you know, invited us to go, and that's how I met him. He is the actual opposite of me. I am just super wild out there. I'm not shy. I'm outspoken. I kind of just say whatever is on my mind. I'm very blunt. My husband is the total opposite. He's very cautious of what he says. Of course, if you don't know him, that's how he is. But if you know, you do get to know him, he's wild too. But my husband's very shy, and he does take his time to get to know others. And so when I met him, I was like, OMG, you know, he is just super handsome. Sorry guys, I'm like moving my mirror closer to me because homegirl here is super duper blind, even though I have my contacts on. Okay. But anyways, and so I met my boo at the club, which was known as Barcode. And so that was, you know, the Asian nights. It was hilarious. Every Thursday, me and my girls, we went there, and my friend met up with us, and she introduced us to her coworkers at the time, which i.e. my husband and some of her other coworkers. And so I was like telling my friend, my best friend at the time, I was like, oh my God, you know, he is so freaking hot. And so he was like super shy, super just mellow. And here I am, this party of 2008 that I met him right after high school. I was like, he is so attractive. I met him there and I was like, wow, he's the one. And when you know, you know. Anyways, I was just super blown by how he looked, how he talked, how he presented. And then of course he was like, this homegirl is hella wild. She is crazy. And he was kind of scared. I'm sure he was scared of me. But I was not taking no for an answer. I was like, I need to get to know him. I'm like, what is his favorite color? I'm like, does he have a boo? Because if he doesn't, I'm like, here I am. But anyways, I'm sure I scared him. And then after that, we went out to eat. We went out to eat dinner, or it was like a really, I don't even know what you would call it. It was like 2 a.m. in the morning. And so we went out to Denny's is what I remembered. And I could have got myself killed. I was like, I want to ride in your car. I mean, I didn't even know who the hell he was. But of course, you know, my friends was like, no, you know, they was looking out for me. I was over here being a little Tatiana, and I was like, no, I want to go in his car, you know, I want to check out his car, but whatever. I didn't, you know, because my friends were like, no, let's ride together, we came together, let's go together. So I'm like, okay. So we met up at Denny's, and I was like super into him. I wanted to sit next to him. I was like, I don't know what the hell, I feel like I was drugged. And then I didn't get his number, unfortunately. But you know what was crazy? I was like, oh, I thought he didn't like me. So I was like, okay, that's probably going to be the last time I ever see him. And then lo and behold, I was out with my friend, the one that introduced me to him. We were like eating pho. And then she was telling me, she was like, oh, hey, you know, Chanong asked for your number and I didn't give it to him. But I think at the time it was like MySpace or something like that. And she's like, oh, you know, he wanted your MySpace, so I gave it to him. And I'm like, oh, girl, you can give him my number, you know, I don't even care. Give him my address, tell him where I live. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, I was like, okay, you know, cool. So I was like waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for him to like message me, or like to even just like add me as a friend, right? And so I waited, I think I waited just for like 30 minutes. And the craziest thing, I was still out with my friend, with my girlfriend, and he messaged me and he added me on MySpace, and he was like, hey, you know, I forget what he said exactly, but he was something along the line of like, hey, do you remember me? Like, I met you here, blah, 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 blah. My name is Chanong. And I was like, OMG, how can I freaking forget your sexy ass face, you know? And so I was super sprung off of him. I mean, I want to say he's like the first guy that I was like ever like super sprung off of. And I was just like, oh my God, like he's just so hot. And so anyways, I was like, yeah, how can I forget, you know? And so he's like, oh, can I have your number? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I gave him my number, and then it went from there. And then it was just super crazy. I believe like our first date was like going to the bowling alley, and it was so funny because we had set a time for like 1 p.m. or something like that. And then he was like, it was like 1 p.m. and my family, we're always like super punctual, and we're like always super like, you know, we have to be there like 3 hours early, you know, because we get that shit from my mom. And it was so funny because he kept telling me like, hey, I'm sorry, but it might be like, you know, 2 p.m. And I'm like, okay, no worries. You know, I was like super into him, so I didn't really care. I was just like hoping like he'll come one day, you know, I don't know. And so then I just kept waiting and waiting. I want to say we did not leave my house until like maybe 4, which is hella funny. I don't remember, but it was pretty late. And then he was like apologizing to me, and I was just like, you know what, super cool, whatever. And then I went to his house, and I was like super nervous, and I met his dad, which is my father-in-law now. And then I believe his mom was working, so I didn't get to meet her, but I met the baby girl, Putty, and she was so freaking adorable. And she was like a baby. I think she was only like 5 at that time, or maybe even 4. I don't remember. I just know she was like really, really young. And I was like, oh my God, is his whole family like freaking gorgeous and like amazing? Because I don't know, like I'm not that cute. And so I was like super scared. And so when I finally met his sisters, I was like, OMG, they're like the freaking goddess from those Chinese movies, you know? Like they just look so amazing. And then, you know, but I was like, let me compose myself, you know, let me be nice, you know, introduce myself. I'm not a shy person, you know. So I met them at the bowling alley. I didn't really spend that much time with them, but I did with my husband at the time, well, my boyfriend at the time, my boo thing. And so that was that. I want to say that was like our first official date, and it was just crazy. And here we are 12 years later. I mean, I can't believe it. I mean, of course, you know, we've had our breakups, we had our up and downs, you know, but I wouldn't change it for the world. I really believe that everything happens for a reason. I really do believe that it made us stronger. It made us, you know, give us a lot of opportunities to really grow up and to really understand each other better. So definitely, I wouldn't have changed it for the world. I swear I'm almost done, guys. I mean, I just take forever to do my makeup. But yeah, that's just kind of my story on my boo, on how I met my boo. Oh, funny thing is when I like brought him over to my parents' house, well, of course, my house at the time. So I'm not really known for like going out with Hmong guys. I've always been really attracted to like other race, like Mexican or black or white. And so I had like 2 ex-boyfriend that were Hmong back then, but I just wasn't always like, I never picture myself like actually, you know, settling down with a Hmong guy, which was like super crazy. And he like changed my world. I was like, I'm gonna marry him, you know, he's the one. And well, anyways, yeah, funny story. I brought him home, not home, but I mean, I brought him over to my parents' house and I introduced him to my mom. And, you know, she said to me in Hmong, which I still think it's so funny till this day. She's like, oh my God, like, you know, what's his name? Like, what's his last name? And I was like, oh, his name is Chenong, and he's, you know, a Hmong Va. And she's like, a Hmong Va? She's like, oh my God, I thought he was Mexican. I just died because my husband and their family, they do have a very, I want to say like an exotic look to them. They don't look fully Asian, but then you can tell like they're some sort of Asian. And so I just like sat there and laughed my ass off because it was so funny to me, and it was so hilarious that my mom said that. And she's like, oh my God, like probably thinking, thank God I didn't say anything, you know, in Hmong about him. But it was just so funny. Like, I thought it was super funny. But anyways, finding my brush. But I'm just rambling off now about myself. I'm super excited when I'm gonna be done with my makeup because I get to unbox my lashes that I bought from, let me see if it's on here. So the name is not on here, but I want to say their name is lush-lash.inc. They're actually, the owners are actually my cousins, which I absolutely adore. They are such hardworking, beautiful, you know, strong women. And so, you know, to support their business, I didn't even know it was their business at first. I had to like shoot them an email, not an email. Oh my God, who emails? You know, I had to shoot them a Facebook message, and I was like, hey, you know, is this your guys' business? And, you know, they were like, yeah. I was like, what? No way. I'm like, of course I have to support them, you know? So I'm super excited. I can't wait to be done, just so I can show you guys the lashes. So don't forget to take off all the baking powder of your face. You want to blend as much as you can so that you look bomb. All right, I'm feeling good. Gotta clean these lips, girl. Beautiful. All right, so now I'm gonna get the lip plumper or plumper from e.l.f., which I absolutely love. It gives it like a tingle, and my lips are kind of big already, so it's not like a huge difference, but it makes a difference. Onto my eyes so I can finish them. Find my eyeliner. Okay, I'm going to be using Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Eyeliner, which I love. I ain't gonna talk on this one because I gotta concentrate. Okay, hello. All right, I can talk now, guys. Isn't it crazy how this little liner can just change your eyes? Anyways, now I'm gonna go to the highlighting. I got this beautiful Master Chrome by Face Studio. I wanna say it's by Maybelline, from my boo at work. She's just so amazing. She gifted this to me during Easter, and I want to say it's my second favorite highlighter. It's just super subtle, but it's super there too. I don't know how to describe it. Get your nose, your mouth, your cheeks, your bridge of your nose. Okay. All right, so we're almost done. I'm just gonna spray my face, and then I'm gonna do my mascara, and then we will review the lashes. So I'm using my Tatcha, the Satin Skin Mist. Oh, I love this thing. Okay, I'm over abusing it. All right, so I'm gonna let it just chill here for a little bit. I'm gonna do my lippies. I'm gonna use my Morphe brand lip. It's called Vanity. This is my absolute favorite lip gloss. Get that Kylie Jenner effect. I mean, who knows, you know? Time to do my lashes. All right, guys, time to unbox the lashes. I'm so freaking excited. All right. How adorable is this packaging? Oh my gosh. Let me get my scissors because I have to adjust them, cut them to my lids. Look at this. Oh, they're so cute. I love the bag. It's so adorable, and of course, because it's pink, if you don't know, or if you didn't notice, pink is my favorite color. All right, so I got the lashes. Well, I got 2 lashes, and look how cute. It says, with love, Brina in Mulan. Mulan and Cosmetics, I believe Mulan X Cosmetics. So there's the IG. So yes, I was right. It is Lush Lash .ink. And then here it is. I will list their link down below so that if you guys are interested, you guys can definitely check them out. And their lashes are all handmade. And so look at this one. Look at the packaging. It's glitter. I mean, how can you go wrong? So I got the honey one, and I also got Daydream. So the Daydream one is a little more dramatic, so that would probably be for like, you know, a girl's night out. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with the honey. I love their packaging. It's amazing. Oh my gosh. Look at this. So I'm gonna try to get them a little bit up close with you guys so you guys can see how freaking fluffy these lashes are. So I always get my tweezer. Oh my gosh, they are like super light and fluffy. Oh, my fave. And the band is not too thick, which I love. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and measure my eyes first. Okay, so maybe just need to chop off a little itty bitty. Okay, dude, they feel so good. Like, the quality is amazing. And now I'm going to use my favorite lashes. I mean, not my favorite lashes. I'm gonna use my favorite lash glue by House of Lashes. Actually, I lied. This is my second favorite. My first favorite, it is the same one, but it's in the color black. I feel like that one is just stronger and it holds more. Okay, I'm gonna let it get tacky. I'm just so excited, you know, if you guys stayed this long with me and just kind of got to know me more as an individual and really just hear my crazy stories. I mean, that's amazing. I can't wait to do more of these with you guys. OMG. Can you just say bomb AF? You don't feel like they're falsies. I don't even know how to explain it. They're so light and they're so, but they're there because, you know, you can obviously see that they're there, but then the way it feels, it's like, it's just so light. And look at the difference. I mean, bam. Okay. Bam. Okay, and I didn't even curl them. Girl. And the price is amazing. You're not gonna break the bank. You know, they're very, very affordable. And the shipment was awesome. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to close the... Okay. I am in love. I don't know what love is anymore. It's these lashes. I can do this all day. Oh my gosh, look at them. Now I feel horrible because I just want to buy them all. I don't know. They're just so amazing. I mean, I thought I loved my husband, but I think I'm in love, guys. I didn't know what love was until I met these honey lashes. So cute, right? Oh my god. The packaging is cute. They're cute. I don't know. Help me, God. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get dressed, and I'll show you guys my final look. Thank you guys so much for just chilling with me, okay? It was amazing. Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in with TwoExtraness today. I'm just so glad to share some of my crazy and amazing life journey with you guys. I'm also so happy to really just share some self-care tips. I know right now in the world it's a little crazy and we're all just hoping for some peace and some positivity, and so I'm really hoping that this video brought you guys some sort of joy. And last and foremost, I'm just so glad that I got to unbox these amazing lashes with you guys. I cannot recommend it enough. It is just amazing. It's affordable, it's light on your eyes, and that's all I can say. Their link will be in the description box below, so go ahead and check them out. And as always, guys, stay extra.